Welcome back to lesson 2 of our Python series. In this lesson, we are going to learn one of the most important foundations of programming, which is variables and data type. Let's begin. Variable and data type, as I said, is a very important foundation in programming. You have to understand it to the core. Once you understand what is variable and the data type, you are becoming a programmer gradually. So what is a variable? A variable is like a container that stores information. Think of it like a label box where you can keep something for later. If you have two label box, one name and the other one age. So in name, you write a name, someone's name there. In the age box, you write the person's age. That means the two boxes are variables which contain values of name and age. So let's go into our lesson 2. Create another file, call it lesson 2.py. If I have name equals Amina and I have age equal 15. As you can see, the name and age are variables. So Python stores the value so we can use them later. This is the variable name. Variable name here is age. So both are assigned values. This right side is called value of the variable. The variable is name and Amina is the value of the variable name. Age is the variable while 15 is the value of the age, which is variable. So Python has stored these two variables in the memory. So we can just print them out like, and we say print name. So we have so as we can see, print name is going to print Amina for us because it's a variable which the value is Amina. Python has stored it in its memory, the memory of the system. So anytime we are asked Python to print name, it's going to be printing Amina for us. That is how useful variable is. Can you see? Amina. If you ask Python to print age, you are going to have this. Amina age 15. That is what variable is useful for. Variable, as I said, variable is like a container that you use to store information. See it as a label box that you keep something for later usage. So we also know what we call data type. We are going to talk about data type now. Data type is also very, very important. It's an important foundation in programming. If we have, for example, if you look at name, when we assign a value to name, we round it, we wrap it with quote, double quote, isn't it? Yes, we wrap it. We call this a string. But age, we didn't wrap it with anything because it is an integer. So we are going to talk about data type. A string is used for text. Whenever you want to write a text or store a text, we usually use string in programming. For example, name like Amina is a string. That's a data type that is called string, a text. if you notice, we have double quote. We can as well have single quote. Can as well have single quote. Yes, both of them will work, but your interest is concerned here. If you want to be using double quotes, you are good. If you want to be using single quotes, you are good. But just be consistent with whatever you choose. But if you have something like this, let me do this as an example. If I say print I am, can you see, a programmer. This is going to give us runtime error. As you see, we have syntax error. So you have to be consistent. So if you are going to use an apostrophe in a text, in a string, definitely you have to wrap it with double quotes. Can you see? So that's just the difference. Or if you have sorry, if you have, let's say, print, okay, is a double quote. Can you see? This is a double quote symbol. So that's both of them, both single quote, double quote, has their own usefulness. It depends on what you want to print on the screen. So we've explained string. String is a text. That's just a simple explanation. It's a text. Whenever something is a text, it's a string. You are going to wrap it with quotes, either double quotes or single quotes. Just make sure you are consistent with whichever you choose. Now, if you look at age, age is called an integer. Whenever you see an integer is not wrapped in quotes, if you wrap this in quotes, it has already turned to string. You have automatically convert this 15 to string. So when something is integer, that is whole number, is not going to be wrapped with quotes. There's also data type that we understand as float. Float. If you have height equals 5.8, as you can see, this is a float, a decimal number. Decimal numbers is known as float. So you notice that we do not wrap these two in quotes. Is still family of numbers. So we don't wrap them with quotes. We also have these are the basic data type. Still have some advanced data type which you are going to be learning in subsequent lessons. So we also have the one we call Boolean. Boolean. Now you see Boolean. A Boolean is a true or false statement. A Boolean is a true or false statement. Yes or no. Either right or wrong. So that is what we call Boolean. Just two options. Either it is true or it is false. So for example, if you have is student true, is admin false. As you can see, and also notice that Boolean value always starts with capital letter, like true start with capital T and false start with capital F in Python. Maybe different in another programming language like in PHP. You can write it in any way, it can be small letter or capital letter. PHP only run that as Boolean. But in Python, the true must be capital T and the false must be capital F. There's something important you have to take care of basically. When you are naming your variable, you can name your variable anything that makes sense to you. Like name, I can call, instead of me having name, I can call it user name. Whatever I want. Just write it in something, give it a name that makes sense. Even if you look at your code in the future, you understand what that does. Okay, it's very important. And when we are talking about, we've mentioned four data type, which is the string, the integer, the float, and the boolean. So there are ways you can check your data type. If you are not sure, maybe you are getting a variable from users and you must confirm what type of variable is this, verify what type of variable is this user passing. So we do that by using type function in Python. This type function try to check a data type in Python. For example, if we do print type in, can you see we have class string, class string is a string. If we print type age, as you can see, class integer, it's an integer. If you print type height, what do you have? Float. Now you see this is going to check type. If you print type is student, it's going to give you boolean. The same thing goes to if you check type of is admin, you have boolean. So as we explained, we have string, integer, float, boolean. So those are the basic four data type. What you have learned, you can check what type of data type you have. You can also change variable. Variable can be changed or can be updated. For example, when we have age as 15, Python understands this age to be 15, store this age to be 15 right now. But we can change the age to 17. So if you ask Python to print the age again, it's going to give you what? 17. So Python reads your code from top to bottom. So the latest value wins. To read your code from the top down to the bottom. So if your variable changes before the first declaration, so Python is going to use the latest one. That is the variable updating of variable changes. So we can put all our variable in a single sentence. So we can also put them in sentences by using comma or f strings. What do I mean by f string? F string is a Python utility that we use to print sentence and include variable. So, but let's do this first. We are going to join our sentence using comma. If I do my name is then I write name, which is the variable we have at the top, and I do, and I am age, which is the last age. We are going to have years old. So we ask Python to print my name is name and I am age years old. So as you see here, my name is Amina and I am 17 years old. You see that Python use the last age declaration, which is 17. So instead of us using comma, we can actually use f string, call it f string. Can you see f string? So I can do print f string my name is name. I am age, close that with curly bracket. I am age years old. So if you notice, you see my name is this and I am 17 years old. You see the one that is more easier to write and more controllable. So I would recommend using F string because it's always controllable. It gives you more control. So you don't have to lose checking like having multiple comma. So you can put everything in a single sentence. So that's what we have learned so far. We've learned variables and data type. We know how to check our data type by using Python type to check what type of variable is this, what type of data type is this. Then we can include our variable in sentences by using commas or F string. So a little exercise you are going to do for me and comment it under this lesson. Create three variables. Create three variables. Your name, your age, whether you are a student, true or false variable, then print a full sentence using an F string. Just give your code under the comments under this video. Good job so far. You now understand variables and data type. In the next lesson, we will learn how to get input from user and build a simple calculator. See you in lesson 3. Thank you.